How's it going, guys? Welcome to the What's Up Eddie channel, and I'm the one and only Eddie. How's it going, guys? So I'm uploading this video. It's going to be my intro video just to, tell you a little bit what I'm trying to accomplish, some backstory on me, and that's about it. So I'll start with what exactly I'm going to be talking about in these videos, and it's pretty much my journey thus far with spirituality. And it's about 11 months where I dived into it. So I guess the subjects that I will be talking about is, one of my favorite subjects, God. Though religion has nothing to do with spirituality. I will talk about, topics that are a bit controversial in my opinion, and, societal norms and, changing that, manifestations, manifesting, and, different, divination tools you can use, as well as journaling, scripting, paradigms, and just, behavioral things that people deal with, childhood trauma. I'll talk about Alcoholics Anonymous. Those are just to name a few, but the spiritual community is so vast, so huge, and let's go back into a little bit of a backstory of me, who I'm, where I'm from, and how I got to this point where I am now. So I was born and raised in Whittier, California, and I started out life. I had a very hard upbringing, a very abusive childhood. It was really hard, really tough. I won't go into too much detail about that, but just I experienced all the things that a kid shouldn't experience at that age, at the early, I would say pivotal learning stages of life. I suffered from neglect, abandonment, abuse, spiritual abuse. So it was a really rough upbringing, and I ended up getting taken away from my parents, and I went to my uncle's, which it just continued the process, and then I ended up getting adopted. And later on, and I feel like the way that I grew up kind of just, that's how I was going to be for the rest of my life, and that's kind of how it went. In high school, I actually got introduced to alcohol, and as they say, it was just a party, but it wasn't the case for me. It was actually an escape. And I learned early on that I didn't like reality, and I went through life kind of just looking at myself in third person and not really feeling anything that was really going on, and it was a terrible way to live. I was always depressed, had anxiety, and I went into adulthood. I got into the Army. I'm a veteran. I went to war. I went to Afghanistan, and I got diagnosed with PTSD. But I really do feel like I suffered from it as a child, and we all suffer from PTSD in different ways. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as my story, and not to say that it's dramatic, because there's others that have gone through this as well, and I don't want to make that light, but I'm just saying overall how my journey has went. And so I ended up getting my journey with alcohol and drugs. I got a lot worse. I lost, a marriage. I lost apartments. Friendships. It got to a place where it was extremely detrimental to my health as well. And family didn't want to be around me anymore. I didn't even want to be around me at that point. I was homeless, and it got really bad. I had jail trips as well as psych ward trips, coming off of drugs and stuff, and it was really, really tough. The quality of life was very poor, and what changed my life was getting help primarily with those problems, and then finding out that there was something more in life than what I'd ever been taught. And I feel like this was my awakening, my spiritual awakening, and it really, really catapulted me. I never thought that I would be where I am today. So I have about 11 months sober, 11 and a half months sober, and my life has changed. And I was going to start this channel 4 months ago, but I wasn't ready quite yet. There was still a lot of work that needed to be done. uh, so it actually got to a point where, I started experiencing life in ways that I never thought possible. Seeing angel numbers, and then being able to channel, and not knowing exactly what that meant, and having knowledge without even, reading a book, or, knowing some things about physics, psychology, and this type of thing. And it's really tough to explain until you actually put a word to it, which was spirituality. And it's crazy how it just changes your life, and the quality of life is so much better. And I just really feel like my journey can do so much for the next person. And I hate to see people suffer. I've gone through a lot of that, and I just really want to help at the end of the day. I call myself a light worker, a healer, a mentor, and just a teacher overall. And that's really what I'm trying to do with this channel. That's all I got, you guys. I love you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'll make sure to upload videos twice a week, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Peace.